Howdy folks, Papa Zelgrax here, welcome back to more Divinity Original Sin 2. We are playing as Zelgrax. Where is he? Here he is. Looking resplendent in the Tyrant's armor. We're gonna try and get into Driftwood now.
Get yourself in check, boy. I won't have you running off like Millicent and Tully. You'll just end up sliding down some Voidwoken's gross gullet piece by piece.
Anything interesting on you? Strength potions, orange juice, metal scraps. Nah, we're good.
The older-looking Magister notices your presence. He wipes his grubby hands downward across his greaves, as if to wipe away the grime, but instead smears more dirt onto them.
Halt, Scaleskin. What word do you bring?
Let's tell him about the caravan.
His face goes pale, and his eyes open wide. The Magister that greeted you remains stiff, as if enduring a harsh wind.
The Voidwoken come.
Yeah.
Hush, Fedder. You may pass, Lizard. Dare say he'll be aching to leave before long anyway. But before you do, find Raymond, the White Magister. He'll want to know what you've seen. Be quick, mind. He's set to sail any moment.
He nods his head in the direction of the bridge, but offers no other instructions.
Cool.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
My mate.
Are you sure? Them sorcerers from the caravan?
Yeah, I guess we don't look like sorcerers anymore, right? So... Alright, we are inside the city, and there's a chest. So let's go be nosy.
Equipped to entertain a nobleman like myself. Pity.
Always check your chests, people. Always. That's disappointing. Not very interesting, as it turns out. Okay, a lot of ships around. Repair hammer, you say? Yoink. And let's talk to Holder.
Oh, we dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it
He's
back.
gonna keep
I
going.
won't always be sweeping. I'll be riding horseback. We dwarves had a
Wait,
kingdom,
Springs.
and a proud knight was I. I won't always be sweeping. For my kingdom, I'll die.
Alright, thanks for that. Let's talk to the bull.
Heavens to Bessie, another one. More queer folk than commoners in Driftwood these days.
And why do you think I'm
Just
on?
look at you, a sword-slinging stranger if ever I saw one. I'm surprised those rogues
Bull is incredibly
aren't
insightful.
attacking you on sight. Anyway, tavern's just down the road. Can't miss it. 'Cause that's where all the queer ones go. Clanking dwarves, dozy lizards. I even saw him drag a Voidwoken down there in the dead of night. Don't know what's going on in that tavern, but it must be a freak show in there.
Okay. Well, the bull gave us far more information than the dwarf. Was this Meister's house just up here? Yeah, well, let's go there first. In there, right? Nope. We'll check this random set. Nothing doing. Check down here for anything interesting. Mushroom, sure. Couple bits and pieces. Cool, thank you. Due diligence. Check every bag, sack, and whatnot. Yep, like that. Hello, you see? That's why we do that. The Magical Elven Club. Similar to Defender, but without the boost. Technically, it's actually, yeah, higher damage. Base damage. I mean, obviously, yeah, thanks. I think we go inside.
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
And what does she have? Hello? Magical Wand of the Lizard. Let's just switch over to Fane to look at these. And stuff. No. 13 to 15, so that's better than we have. 13 to 15. 14 to 17. Holy crap, that is potent. Doesn't have the intelligence boost, sadly. But whoa. That is also a lot of armor. Solid leggings, decent boots. Whoa. Wow, that is... That is quite a pair of gloves. For quite a lot of money.
Damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Okay, baby. Hey. Hey. Okay. It's okay. Here you go. Here. Yeah. Okay. Here you go.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
Alright, I will be right back. Let me just, You okay? You good now? No? You're okay? Okay. I will be right back. Make a note. That was like 8 to 11. Just gonna have to snip that out there. Okay, wait.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe.
Let's ask why they strung her up.
Apparently I had a claw in murdering their darling divine-in-waiting Alexander.
The Meister wrenches the bandage, pulling the fabric tight against her wound. She winces before tying it off in a neat knot, but you can see the red stain already spreading across the fabric.
Never mind that. That I was here the entire time. Apparently my cunning transcends time, space, and common sense.
Let's let her know that it was us.
Meister Siva freezes, her eyes locked on you, her claws mid-swipe, cutting a new stretch of bandage.
Why on earth should I have thought anything else? Not that I was sorry to hear about his death. I doubt my grin helped matters during the interrogation.
So now she's free. We want to move quickly.
Enthusiasm? On a weekday? My word. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head.
Okay.
Come, God-woken. It is time to see just how awake you are. Fortunately, the Magisters pay as much attention to art as they do to fashion. Kindly remove that painting from the wall.
I mean, you know, rude not to at least look around and see what she's got. Apparently not that painting. Buy this painting.
I pray my instructions will not be too technical for you. Push the button. Your talent for following simple instructions fills me with wonder and pride. Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
Okay, intriguing.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary dial. Gleaming under the dim light, the metallic dial almost seems to wink at you.
Why would we do anything other than follow her
Taking
instructions?
your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers
Weird.
falling within the mechanism let you know you
I
entered the
guess-
code correctly.
I guess there's the potential for getting into the situation and her not being available or whatever.
Follow me. Your time is at hand, God-woken.
It feels like this isn't done. Okay, we need to talk to the other chickens. Gotcha. Jelly room. Wow, she has. Nice, she has a source fountain. That's excellent. The ability to just refill on source whenever we want to is amazing. Okay, nice. We can now make medium healing potions, which are significant health boost. We'll take some oranges, I guess.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an arcanist's dream.
Hungry. Pumpkin. Oh. That's cool. And juice ahead, which we already know. I'm sure she's quite happy to let us rummage. Chain lightning scroll. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so this is a ritual on Ascension. Okay. Oh. We have to gather the ingredients. Gotcha. Do I need to make a note of the ingredients then? Ooh, hello. Earth essence. It's in the pouch. Bit of money that she's not using, it's fine. Read. So we need blackroot. And it is northwest of Driftwood. Okay. We are all sourced up, so that's fine.
Opening the door, you see a selection of ingredients, thrown together in no particular order.
Let's look around.
After a quick rummage, you spot the black root nestled between the grated dragon's tongue and drudene oil. You gather up the black root, obsidian lance, and ancient bowl, and kick the door of the cupboard closed.
Interesting. Was not expecting that to go like that. Let's read this real quick. Okay, we've already read that. Apparently. On source orbs, read. Epidemic of fire? Wow. That sounds terrifying, actually. Where's the grenade? Why do I feel like I'm being slow? Oh, it's there. That's actually kind of sneaky. Because it's in plain sight, but it's just blending in with everything else, right? Wait, those grotesque jars I think aren't worth anything, if I recall. Okay. Drop that. Drop that. Ritual bowl. A painting of a man. Lancet. Blackroot. The spoon is worthless. This wooden figurine. Okay, not valuable. Incinerate. Oh. Intense seeming. What are those? What is that? The source orb in there? Wow. Okay. Well, now that we've looted everything ever, let's talk to her.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken?
Let's see, what would Zelgrak say here? I think responsibility to others.
Just so. To accept divinity is to accept responsibility for the lives of every person and beast that walks Rivellon. If granted divinity, you would have the power of all 7 gods at your disposal. You could heal any wound, pull islands from the sea, right any injustice. But make no mistake, the Divine has only one duty: to protect this world from the Void. The Divine cannot use his power for anything else.
Zelgrax understands.
Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the Void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then inhale the smoke.
Alrighty.
Ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal, although you will need to sacrifice a little sauce along the way.
Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, here we go.
Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Sauce in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an incinerator to provide a flame.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
Let's see if she needs some help.
Quite. Mind you, being torn asunder by a Voidwoken would be even more inconvenient. So if you wouldn't mind...
The Meister points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
Ask her if she's ever seen it done.
Once, although not by a Godwoken. My assistant did not believe that one had to be chosen by a god to become divine.
She waves a bandaged hand absent-mindedly, wincing slightly.
A headstrong and thoughtless girl, but the experience was... was quite educational. From observing her, I gather that the ritual involves inhaling the smoke, a lot of screaming, and a rather sudden death.
Okay.
And putting our faith in you is a risk Rivellon must take. If you need more detailed information about the ritual, see the tome on a plinth by the bookcase. but be quick about it. We do not have much time.
I am going to do this. See if that helped her. Doesn't appear to have done. Okay, let's turn this on. Okay. Let's read this thing. Exactly, we need to make sure we do this right, I think. So, place a single piece of black root into the bowl. Draw blood, sprinkle it on the root, set it aflame. Make sure you have source. Sniff. Okay, let's pull ourselves separate. Inventory. We are going to combine with the bowl. Okay. Now, use. Draw blood. Sprinkle it on the root. Okay. All it needs now is fire. Okay, well I've got in my own way there.
As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs,
Here we go.
your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading.
Just hold it in, man. Hold
As
it
the
in.
world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
Interesting.
Deepest recess of my soul? But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
Okay, so we're back here. There's lots of little turns off to the side here. Just going to explore in case there's something of value here. Not that one. Doesn't appear to be anything to be gained by going down these hills. But I'm Zelda. That's weird.
Bathed in the half-light of these starless barrens, you spot a figure you could only describe as a second self. It looks haggard and weak, its very voice but a feeble echo of your own.
You what, mate?
My chosen, come closer, so that you may see me as I truly am.
Who are we speaking to?
You will see when you look me in the eyes.
The apparition clasps your face in its shaking hands. You suddenly feel your eyes tingle. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color, then fade back into their accustomed spectrum.
Blind eyes shine brightly. Speak the spell and see.
Unite Spirit Vision. You can cast this to regularly reveal a world of hidden ghosts lingering in the mortal realm. Okay, that's cool.
Please speak.
Oh, you mean right now?
Dormant is a strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Solstice in all her spectral glory.
You know me now, don't you? I saved you from drowning. I blessed you, made you powerful. And now I've come to seek some power in return. Your god-woken soul is my last refuge, my last bastion. May as well make the best of what you have to offer.
Solstice nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself.
Ah, yes. Just what I needed. I tell you, dying just doesn't become a god.
Dying?
The void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. Droplet by droplet, we are being drained.
Well, that's bad.
Battling for our very survival. It's a battle we're losing, and should we truly lose, all will be cast into oblivion.
Presumably this does indeed make me a target for every Void Woken.
Sort of. But by all means, let that be a motivator, not a cause for concern. You must realize that our fates are now as one. Just as our souls are now as one. We are I. Together we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we seek to survive the onslaught of the Void, we stand no chance unless we become vastly more powerful than we are now.
Okay.
That means there is but one place we can go. The Well of Ascension.
Okay. We know this, so that's fine.
It most certainly will be.
Oh.
The Well of Ascension is a lake, a pool of pure source, in which the powers of the Seven lie united. We gave them up freely to create the first divine. Each of us donated half of that which makes us gods. To bathe in the lake is to become our chosen. That is where the road to divinity leads, and you must be the first to reach it at all costs.
Yeah, why should it be me?
There you touch upon the very heart of the matter. The Void is stronger than ever. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension. Not to bathe in the source of the Seven, but to take it. All of it.
Oh.
Only he who claims everything will be everything. The Void's doom, this world's liberator.
And what will happen to the other gods?
It's very simple, really. They will either bow to you or be undone. But of course, that is what they are saying to their own god Woken as we speak. We both know they won't bow.
I see.
Just like we both know you will never bow to them. Only one can become a god strong enough to safeguard our world. One at the expense of all others. So make no mistake, my champion. Chances are the road to divinity will be paved with dead gods. Their blood on your murderous hands.
Excellent.
But don't let that dismay you. For these sins will be washed clean by the knowledge you committed them to save all of existence. To save your kin and your loved ones and the world they live in.
And what about the other races?
They will be at your mercy, which is vastly preferable to you being at theirs. Wouldn't you agree?
I suppose so.
So fret not, but revel in the promise of the lake. I will lead you there when you're ready, when you've become a true master of the Source and speak the language of creation itself. Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source like only a god Woken can, and wield its most powerful spells.
And is she my tutor?
Laughter rolls and echoes into infinity.
You flatter me, my chosen. But if all I had to do was give, you would long since have received. We are I now. The spells you need to know I will teach you when you are ready. But first you must learn to channel the Source in greater volumes. That is why you need to seek masters of the Source. You must make them teach you, so that you may become a master in turn.
I see.
So, return to Rivellon, and seek out these sages where they dwell. Convince them to share with you their deep-seated bond with the Source. Once you have, you may return to me here.
What did she do to my eyes exactly?
Something that'll make you understand that for a god, there is precious little difference between the living and the dead. Source is. It is a constant, a subject of neither time nor transience. All of life is Source, and in Source it is. Immortally so. You have the vision of a god now. Eyes that can see spirits, the souls of the dead, made manifest in Source. Speak the spell during your peregrinations, and you will see them. Where the dead lie, the dead linger.
And surely she's a master.
And so much more. But I'm no longer who I once was, bound to you as I've become. I will teach you what I can, but the knowledge that will expand the bounds of your soul, that you'll have to hunt for yourself. Best of luck, my champion.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking that we need to go back there, so that makes sense. So we need to find powerful sorcerers who can help us. How do I... leave.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but determined.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your face.
Tell me, what did you see? What do you know?
Explain everything.
She sighs impatiently as you hack up the last of the green smoke.
You can't channel enough Source? Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps?
He doesn't know?
I know exactly what must be done. You must find a master of Source. And I could have helped you once, but no longer.
Right.
The purging which the Magisters included as part of their service was quite efficient. They stripped me of my Source. Not enough to silence me, but enough that I would not turn their insides to lime. Enough to sever my link to the font from which all Source flows. And certainly enough that I cannot train you. So we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only Source Masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turn into meat puppets are those too dangerous or cunning for the Magisters to contain. Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to.
So we need to go talk to the bad guys.
You will not be there long, I assure you. There is only so much you can glean from a twisted mind. However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost. No matter what is asked of you.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure, wiping a thin smear of blood from the corner of her mouth.
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them.
He does not
You
seem
do
well.
not seem to be paying attention. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, please. Please tell me at least some of this rings a bell. Your focus, your only focus, must be on finding these masters. On finding the secrets to divinity. Nothing else matters.
Where are
The
they?
Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They
Okay.
would be an invaluable resource.
We need to talk to the White Meister.
But do be careful not to get caught.
Magister, whatever
I
it
was
was.
their guest for a time. And I promise you the gallows was the most comfortable part of the experience. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just try to keep an ear to the ground. There may still be powerful sorcerers hiding in these lands.
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across her tunic. She hisses in frustration and starts to bind the gash.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember, do whatever it takes.
That didn't look like that before, did it? Oh, it's just a lamp. Never mind. Okay. Let's just talk to Laura here.
What are you looking at? Egad, stop gawking at the shield. You ought to be quite used to such journeys into that stone realm by now. Meanwhile, the acorn draws nearer. I read through some tomes I saw that cranky old lizard carrying. Some fascinating leads, but nothing like the power we need to stop the Knights of Dre and their wicked plot.
Let's see if you found anything else we can use.
Our gargantuan friend has something of a one-track mind, Quercus? Why are all giants so focused on taking all they can? Yes, our shield may have given a lot of itself. I had noticed, you know. I owe our shield my life several times over. I hardly need to grovel and thank it each time. And now, if you're quite finished ogling your favorite long-legged scratching post, we need to get on and save the world already.
Alright, well let's put a cut in here. Oh, there's the apprentice. Yeah, let's take this ritual ball back. We're going to talk to this apprentice when we come back. I knew she had to be around here somewhere. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.